Welcome to Chapter 1, Section 1.3. We're going to discuss decimals. Now, after you read through the first couple of sections, should be pretty much review for everybody again. Most of Chapter 1 is review. Important to remember to line up the decimals when you're adding and subtracting, and also when you're multiplying and dividing. Now, you can use a calculator on these. You can also use a calculator on the national test. So I'm really not going to go through the first section in the problem set because you are welcome to work those out on your own, but just remember you can also use a calculator when you're trying to come to those answers. So if we take a look at the problem set on page 19, let's go down to number 19 to the applications, where we're actually looking at applying it to a prescription. If we look, number 19 says, using the prescription below, answer the following questions. We've got alprazolam, 0.25 milligrams, and we want to take 3 tablets by mouth 4 times a day. And they're dispensing 100 tablets. So question A, how many milligrams is the patient taking with each dose? Well, they're taking 0.25 times 3. So that's going to give us 0.75 milligrams for each dose. How many milligrams is the patient taking each day? Well, at each dose, they're taking 0.75. And we said they are taking it 4 times a day. So that is going to give us 3 milligrams. How many tablets will the patient need for 14 days? Well, if they are taking 3 tablets 4 times a day, that's 12 tablets times 14, and that gives us 168. Okay, looking at number D, is the prescription written for enough tablets to last the patient until the next office visit in 2 weeks? Well, if they need 168 tablets for 2 weeks and they're dispensing only 100, no, they would not have enough. Okay, let's look at letter E. The pharmacy plans to charge $7.59 plus the cost of the medication. The available products include alprazolam 0.25 milligrams, 100 tablets for $14.95, 0.5 milligrams, 100 tablets, $17.46, or the 1 milligram tablets, quantity 100, for $23.87. Select the appropriate product and calculate the price for the patient. Based on the prescription provided, the pharmacy can only dispense 100 tablets. Okay, so the pharmacy plans to charge base cost of $7.59 plus the cost of the medication. They need 100 tablets, so looking at what we have and looking at what the dose is, we are wanting to give them this one. So we have the base cost plus the cost of the meds, line up the decimals, and add. 22.54 for the medication. All right, make some more room on the board here. Let's go down to number 20. Okay, the physician changes the prescription at the next visit. So this is the new prescription. Alprazolam 0.25, same strength of the tablet. Directions, 4 tablets by mouth, QID. However, they're changing the quantity dispensed to 175. Okay, so the available products include alprazolam 0.25, quantity 100, at $14.95. Alprazolam 0.5, quantity 100, at 1746, and alprazolam 1 milligram, quantity 100, at 2387. How many milligrams at each dose is this? Well, they're taking 4 tablets at each dose, and it's 0.25. So 0.25 times 4, they're taking 1 milligram. How much would 125 alprazolam 0.5 milligrams cost at the pharmacy? Well, what we want to do is find the cost per pill. So if we're looking at the 0.5 milligrams, those are 1746. We're going to take that, divide it by 100. That gives us 0.1746. And if we take that times 125, because that's the quantity we're looking for, that's going to come out to 21,825, and we're going to round that up to 2183. So 125 of them would cost $21.83. Now if we look at the next section, question C, how much would 50 alprazolam 1 milligram cost the pharmacy? So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find the cost per pill, 2387 divided by 100 comes out to 0.2387, and we're going to take that times 50 because that's how many pills we're looking for. And that is going to come out to 11.935. And so we're going to round that up to $11.94. All right, part D, how many days would 50 alprazolam 1 milligram tablets taken 4 times a day last? Well, if they're taking, you've got 50, you're taking 1 milligram tablet 4 times a day, and so we take 50 divided by 4, that is going to last 12.5 days, and really it's going to be just 12 days. Okay, let's look at the next one, number 21. All right, sterile water comes in bottles of 1 liter. You will need to pour out 120 milliliter bottles for each patient. A, how many 120 milliliter bottles will you get from a 1 liter bottle? Well, we know that 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. So we're going to take 1,000 milliliters and we're going to divide it by 120 to see how many bottles we can get. That works out to 8.33. We can't have 8.33, so we're always going to round down, so you'll have 8 bottles. So the second half of that question asks how much will be left over. Well, if we have 8 bottles, and we know that there's 120 milliliters in each bottle, we're going to multiply that together. That gives us 960 milliliters in those 8 bottles. We know that we started out with 1,000, so we're going to take 1,000 minus 960, and what we have left over is 40 milliliters. Okay, the last one that we'll look at, let's look at number 22. How many milliliters total will need to be dispensed for the following prescription? Augmentin 125 milligrams per 5 ml. And it's a suspension. Okay, they're taking 8.5 ml twice a day for 2 days, and they're taking 5.75 ml twice a day for days 3, days 4, days 5, day 6, and day 7, so for 5 days. All right, so multiply these out. We get 34 ml up here. Take that times 2 and then take that times 5 and we get 57.5 ml. And you're just going to line your decimal up. You can put the 0, the trailing 0 if you want. You don't necessarily have to. Some people think that it makes it a little easier. And you get 91.5 ml. Okay, let's jump down to the section on percents, number 25. Let's look at A. 34 out of 38 questions correct. And basically all you're going to do is divide these two. So we're going to take 34 divided by 38. And that works out to be 89.47. But that's not a very even number, so we're going to round this up to 89.5%. Let's look at B. 51 out of 60 correct. We're going to divide 51 into 60, and that's going to give us 85%. And then the last one, 83 out of 90. And that is going to give us, if you divide it, comes out to 0.922222, and we're just going to round that down, move the decimal 2 to the right, and we're just going to keep it at a 92%. Okay. Hopefully that has helped answer any questions you might have about section 1.3. If you have any other questions, feel free to post those to the discussion Q&A thread.